We are Magic 102.3 and 92.7. VJ in the midday. Vic Jagger here with the incomparable queen of hip hop soul, Miss Mary J Blige. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I was so excited to talk with you. Just out the gate, I just have to say thank you. I know you're not going to remember this, but in the early 2000s, I had just really gotten into radio. And I believe you were promoting your Growing Pains album. And we had a side conversation and you were just, we were just talking about embracing our flaws. And you were saying how, the cover, you were uncomfortable with the cover and just, certain things that really empowering me to embrace the things that I think are flaws, but just saying that you're beautiful. And so this new album and the single, Good Morning Gorgeous, really stuck out for me because I was like, she's been saying that for years now. And then sometimes, we can like lose that, but always gain it back. So I appreciate the kind words. I said, if I ever interview you again, that I would say thank you. So thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. I probably needed the conversation at that moment.
Yes. And so I also wanted to say thank you for the My Life documentary. I loved hearing your journey and just giving us a deeper look into your world. And I know that that's not easy for you because you've always been such, a private person. It's always been about the work, the music. And so I just wanted to know, why did you feel now was the time to share, such a personal, in-depth look at your life and your childhood and things like that?
Well, we were celebrating the 25th anniversary of the My Life album. And that's what the documentary is about. How did we get to the My Life album? And my life is a big part of how did we get to the My Life album. And there's a lot of things that were already out there in the world already that, were just like, okay, I'm just letting you know that's what really happened. This is confirmed. And a lot of things people didn't know, which is fine because, I don't think all those things happen, in my life for me to just hold them and they're for me to give to the world, just like I gave the My Life album to the world. And just for people, the album was really to let people see the testimonies. The documentary, the testimonies of the fans whose lives it changed, and it was just things that was out there already that I was just confirming, like, yeah, that happened, this happened, this happened, this is how we got here. And, that's basically what the documentary was about.
And so each album definitely tells a period of your life and what you were going through. I always wondered if you ever listened back to your albums to gain inspiration, and does it do the same thing that it's done for us, helping us to get through tough times, or even just saying you are a bad bee, keep pushing and keep doing your thing?
Thank you. Yeah, I listened to the My Life album and the Growing Pains album, and it messed me up real bad, like not in a bad way. It just had me listening to myself like I was another person. And every word I was saying, I was like, I can't even believe I was writing like that and speaking like that at that with the condition I was in during that time of my life. So I wasn't even in a condition to say the things back to myself that was like, oh my God, this is convicting me. Okay, I hear you loud and clear. So yeah, I mean, it's creepy as it sounds. Like Mary J Blige is helping Mary J Blige.
No, I totally get it. And when you wake up and you say, you look in the mirror and you say, hello, gorgeous, and you're getting back into that whole positive thinking, that positive mindset. Every day is not great, because I know for anyone, every day is not great. But what other things besides, I know you pray, I know you're heavy into, talking to God, but are there other things to kind of get your mindset? Because some days we don't even feel like getting out of bed, if it gets to a certain point, but there has to be something mentally that you tell yourself to get you going and to get you moving.
Yeah, I mean, Good Morning Gorgeous was one of them, but it's not just Good Morning Gorgeous, it's Good Morning Beautiful, Good Morning talented, good morning, whatever I want myself, talented, sexy, whatever I want to be for the day, And so it's really all about making the positive confession over my life myself, because it's your words don't matter, they don't matter to me. What matters to me is how I feel about me and what I say about me. And so that's what's going to get me going. And the fact that I have a life, how about when you wake up, that's a reason to keep going. You have a life, I have a life that I almost lost several times that I could have, taken myself, but I want to live now. I want to live. So that's a gift in itself. And that's what gets me out the bed. I'm living. Okay, I have something to do. You have something to do, something we love, and then you have family members, people that you love too, that you have to think about as well, so it can't be about us all the time and how we feel. It's people out there that God put in our lives. It's things that he wants us to do. And so that's how I think, and some, like you said, some days I don't feel like, out of the bed. And I just,
because you are on the move, you're doing every interview. And I'm going to hopefully get to some of the things that you have accomplished or that you're doing at the same time. And I'm like, I don't even know how she's able to continue to function and continue to work and still motivate herself to push through those days, because, it is about you, but then like you said, it's about being that person for other people through your work and through the things that you're doing in your life as well.
True.
And this is a big, big week. Not only the new album we're anticipating, but also, you're performing the SB halftime show, and that is super exciting. Looking forward to it. Was it true that you could only just perform one song? Because I'm not gonna lie, I did get upset about that, and I was like, "What they mean, Mary only one? What you mean one song?"
I can't even give up that information right now.
Okay. That's fine. Okay. All right. So switching to, acting, I was just looking at the season finale for Power to Ghost. And when I say Monet Tejada is killing it, no pun intended, but that character, it's just, you are bringing it. And I know that, your character family is so important to Monet. Is that something that pulls you into that character, that, you have a close relationship with your family? Is that something that you lean into and pull to really bring that character alive on screen?
Well, my mom has been that person in my life. We was raised in a single parent home, and she was pretty much Monet without selling the drugs. She had to do everything she had to do to keep my sister and I, before we even had our other siblings, afloat and make sure that we eat, and she was a little woman, so she wasn't having it, And then I grew up with like a lot of my friends are really Monets, like drug dealers that have children that are not doing it for the fame and the glory of it, but doing because they need to take care of their families and keep their families together. And then a lot of them don't have husbands or anything like that. They're just single women trying to survive and take care of their families.
Now, is there anything out the box that you would want to try as far as acting? Is there anything that may not be what Mary is used to doing that you're like, okay, I might try that? Like something like super action packed, or maybe it's a horror film where, in a rom-com type of situation, anything like just out the box that you're willing to try?
No.
I'm not doing all that.
I mean, the action, like Marvel films and all of that stuff. I love that. I love all that kind of stuff. I think I kind of did it already with Umbrella Academy, but I wouldn't mind doing it again. The shooting the guns and we learned martial arts and all that stuff, I wouldn't mind. Yeah. But as far as like a horror movie, absolutely not doing that.
happening. All right. So the new album, Good Morning Gorgeous. I know I saw something where you said, you're not even thinking about touring until after, you finish up the season. The season has finished. The album is about to drop. So will there be, more of Mary hitting our cities and shows and tours? And I know the merch. I already put in my pre-order for the vinyl copy, so I'm looking forward to receiving that. But definitely want to get info on an upcoming tour.
In August, we already started season 3 on Ghost, so we have to finish that. I'm shooting that. Yeah.
Okay. The last question I want to ask you, and I'm still thinking of your documentary. Have you experienced that sunshine that you yearned for as a young girl? Did you ever feel it and bask in it? And that was like one of the most powerful parts of that documentary. And every time I hear that song now, I work at an old school station. So every time I hear that song, it definitely reminds me of you. But I always wanted to know if you felt that.
Yeah, like in my life recently, I've been feeling that. Oh yes, I feel that love, that freedom, and I understand there's going to be trials and tribulations, but I absolutely felt what that feels like to be free from just self-bondage and self-hatred. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I love to hear that. Good Morning Gorgeous, February 11th. Looking forward to it, and I can't wait. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you.